Welcome to episode 26 of the Scaling Up podcast. Wait, how do I start it off? Make sure to subscribe.
Forgot.
It's been a while.
Something like if you haven't subscribed, what are you even doing?
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, what are you even doing? And like this video while you're at it, because why not? And at the end of every episode, we read all super things $5 and up, and you guys will see how that works at the end of this episode. But yeah, we took a little hiatus from the podcast because we did what we said we were going to do and went all in on the pred catching. And that's the majority of what we're going to talk about today. So if you have not yet seen the premiere video of Scaling Up Catches, make sure to watch it. Link is in the pinned comment. Go watch that first and subscribe to Scaling Up Catches while you're at it as well. Also, like we said we would, we made a locals where Tanner is going to be boxing the preds, and this content will be only on locals, nowhere else, because quite frankly, we couldn't post that content anywhere else, even if we wanted to. And because of a little bump in the road that we'll talk about in a bit, there are no boxing matches on there yet. However, we're still posting uncensored and extended versions of the catches that are on YouTube. The first one is actually up right now. Because there are no boxing matches yet, it is currently only $5 to join, kind of like an early access kind of thing. Once we get the boxing matches going though, we are going to increase the price to $10. So if you want to get it now for the lowest price possible that we'll never offer ever again, now's your chance. That being said, Tanner, this was your first time ever doing this sort of content.
Yeah.
So how did it feel?
That shit, honestly, I was excited from the start, bro. And the whole process is definitely completely different. Like, it's a lot of waiting and being bored all day, you know, wondering if it's going to happen, wondering if the pred is going to show up. And then all of a sudden he says he's on the way and you're like, oh shit, we got to turn cameras on, mics on, everything. And then it's just like chaos for the next few hours until the cops leave. So it's different, but I like that shit.
Yeah, me personally, I have not felt this excited making any sort of content in a long time. Every part of this process is just so fucking exciting. I remember on the way to the first Airbnb, the first day, I was literally just like so fucking pumped. I'm like, okay, I have to do something to distract myself until the comes. No more caffeine, because I was like scared I'm just gonna waste all of this energy. Bro, like I've not been this excited about making any video in a long ass time.
I feel like I haven't put in as much effort as to editing a video in a while either. I feel like I really put in a lot of effort to try to make it seem like a story and make it flow. There's definitely ways we can always improve, but I think it turned out really good.
And the fact that, you know, we're doing good and at the same time it's something that people actually want to see, it's like a win-win all around. I feel like that's just like part of why this is so exciting. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've been training too, so I'm ready to start boxing these preds.
I mean, you should have already done it, but yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. No fault of yours. You were fucking ready.
Out of our control.
Now, as far as our actual experiences doing the catches, we had an Airbnb for 2 days in Glendale because we were told that Glendale is like the one spot in LA where the police department will actually arrest the preds. And I'd seen a bunch of viral catches in Glendale. I'm sure a lot of people have seen them where it's like in the Glendale Galleria, cops are literally chasing the preds through the mall. So, you know, it seemed like the spot to do it. Now, first of all, before we get into that, the weighing and measuring preds, that was all your idea.
It was my idea. I think it's fucking hilarious.
So I had thought about it in my head, and literally as I was about to head over to the Airbnb, I'm like, should I grab a scale and tape measure just in case? And then I'm like, nah, that's stupid. But then I get there and you're like, no. Did I say it first or did you say it?
I don't know. I think I might have brought it up.
Yeah, but you're like, no, we have to do this.
Yeah. Bro, it's perfect. Because like, this is why it's so perfect. It's funny to us, because like obviously catching these preds is a very serious thing, right? But as YouTube, people want to see some type of humor. So it's funny to us, but to them, they have no sense of humor in it whatsoever. They have no idea why we're doing it. It's almost just like we're taking like measurements, like it kind of freaks them out a little bit, like almost like intimidates them. Well, why is he checking my weight?
Yeah. So when we first come in, they don't know who we are yet. So
exactly. The first thing we do is ask their height and weight.
While they're still trying to, before they could even process anything, the first thing is, how tall are you? What are you weighing in at these days? And yeah, you were right about it getting a lot of engagement. Exactly. It seemed like that was a lot of people's favorite part of the video. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a staple going forward.
It's just one of those small things that you can throw in a video that makes people talk.
That will make people want to tune in, like an extra reason too. Exactly. Like, what's the height and weight of this?
Like, how is he going to react? Yeah.
So back to the whole situation with the cops. The first catch that we did in Glendale with the muscle worship pred, that's now up, which you guys need to absolutely check out if you have not yet already. I tell the decoy to call the cops. Like 10 minutes goes by and he's still on the phone with the cops. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? I go in the other room to, you know, check what's up. And they're basically saying that they don't come out for this anymore. So this was 911. I'm like, okay, thank you, sir. I hang up. I'm like, okay, let's try calling Glendale PD directly because like I'm positive they're going to come out. So we call Glendale PD directly, tell them the whole thing. You know, we're doing a sting operation. We have a guy here to meet a 14-year-old boy to have sex. And then after we say all that, the guy's like, you just spoke to me. So it was the same dispatch guy.
What the fuck?
When we called 911 directly, it was the same exact dispatch
I didn't even
guy
know that.
as when we called Glendale PD.
Because the area code just goes right to it.
I guess, yeah. So, YouTube requires police presence in the videos, and our goal is to get the sick ones like this locked up anyway. So we would have gone to the station afterwards one way or another, but it's a good thing that we had a lower IQ pred for this one, because we literally convinced him to go to the station with us and turn himself in. And I had seen Skeeter Gene do this before, so when I'm like, okay, what do we do next? Like, that's the first thing that popped into my head, because I had seen it before. But like you and our decoy, you guys were like, you were like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was. So how did Skeeter Gene do it? Did he do it the same way, kind of just like being nice, almost like manipulating him?
I don't fully remember it. I just remember him convincing a pred to go turn himself into the police station.
Yeah, as soon as you came out and you told me the cops weren't coming, I had no idea what we were going to do. I was like, we're fucked, like we're not even gonna be able to use this footage. And then you started telling him, like convincing him that we're gonna go to the police station, and I was
I'm
like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like, that's what we're about to do.
on.
And then I realized, like, this, if anyone, like if we're gonna be able to pull this off with any pred, it's gonna be this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good warm-up one, number one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's been years since I've done this, so now I'm, like, ready.
Yeah,
to,
for sure.
Like, I kind of have the hang of things. And number two, like, with the situation, the fact that the cops weren't going to come and we need them to come just to get him to go turn himself into the station, like, yeah, we had the perfect first guy.
Do you think the Russian guy, the second guy, would have had any shot of us convincing him to turn himself in?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a banger. That's not going to be up here.
Wait until episode 2
Yeah.
with the Russian pred. 51-year-old Russian pred, which is like...
That guy's even more sick, for sure.
A little off topic, but every time we do these, it never fails to shock me how many of them there are. The only reason we can catch a new pred every single day is because we need time to edit the videos. But if we were to outsource the editing, we could literally catch multiple preds every day and never run out.
100%.
Just every time it is.
I mean,
wild.
Alex does pretty much damn near every day. And he catches like sick ones every day.
The only reason Alex doesn't catch him every single day, and keep in mind, Alex goes after the sickest of the sickest. The reason he doesn't catch some absolute monster every single day is because he needs time to travel from city to city.
Yeah.
So,
6 days to drive there.
Yeah. So, I mean, every time it never fails to shock me how many of these people there are. I feel like for like a normal person it's just unfathomable. How could you be into children? But then there's so many of them. It's actually kind of scary.
Yeah. It's a disease. It's a mental sickness. And the most fucked up thing is I don't think they can ever change it, especially the ones like that.
So we get to the station after a bit of waiting around for the cops to come out. The first thing is they are shocked that the was there. They're like, wait, how did he get here?
They said that to you?
Yeah.
I didn't really hear what they were saying to you because I was far away filming.
The guy was like, going forward, please just bring the evidence. Don't actually bring these people here. So they were just flabbergasted. I mean, they probably assumed like we forced him to go there, but like we literally convinced him. He drove himself there.
Yeah. And he literally was the one behind the wheel. He drove himself there.
At one point, he was literally asking them to arrest him. And they were like, just go home. Which, don't get mad at them yet because they did end up arresting him. And we'll get into that in a bit. Glendale PD is definitely a W. And like what they basically told us is that like 6 different pred caching groups have been coming there. They literally bring the to Glendale, and one group apparently did something so unprofessional, which they wouldn't specify on, but it was enough to make them stop coming out for these and tell everybody to just bring all of the evidence to the station. They're not going to go in person anymore for these. And what stood out to me the most was they told us over and over, thank you for being so cooperative, thank you for being so respectful. And we were just talking to them normally. So like, look, I get it. I can totally imagine what they've been going through with all these little kid streamers.
Yeah, my guess is that all of them came there and just disrespected the fuck out of them. You know, for whatever reason, like cops have that stigma, especially in LA. Cops are not liked here, I feel like, by a lot of people, especially kids like that. So they just like disrespect him and cuss at him, and you know, it's just stupid, bro. It's pointless to do that. And it just goes to show, like, it ruins good things. You know, now you can't bring to Glendale anymore.
Yeah, the one place in LA where they actually would do something about it, where they do take it seriously. All these dipshit little kid streamers, first of all, they bring the to Glendale. So like all those viral Glendale catches that I mentioned, the majority of the comments is like, damn, Glendale really has a lot of Number one, that's the thank you that police department gets for actually taking it seriously, is now they have a stigma for being the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the kids are doing it super bootleg with not enough evidence, I'm sure. I mean, the guy we were working with, I had to literally monitor super closely like what he's doing because he worked with Vitaly in the past. That famous one where I confronted Vitaly and the got away. That was there to have ice cream with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, there wasn't even really crazy
He didn't say
evidence.
anything sexual. Like, having ice cream with a minor is weird. It's not a crime. Like, that's not enough evidence to just go confront them. You need to build more evidence. So I could just imagine the cops come out, they ask to see the evidence, and the evidence is that this guy wanted to have ice cream. So they're like, you know, what's the crime? And then these kids probably start yelling at them, oh, so you support this and that. So again, the one place that literally takes this seriously now has to deal with being told that they support when literally there's a reason nobody will do this in like an LAPD area, because LAPD won't even come out. But they bring all this shit to Glendale, do it super unprofessionally, start berating the cops, and you know, I get it.
And even the place we found that we can do it and the cops show up, they said,
oh, I'll get into that in a bit.
yeah, they said like as long as you cooperate with our process and don't treat us like shit, because they know they probably heard the stories. So they literally like, as long as you're okay with our process.
They had an incident too.
Yeah.
This whole shit is wild, and I'll get into it in a second. So yeah, again, I totally get where the cops are coming from, and they did arrest the guy later on after they looked over the evidence. They saw that this is actually worth, you know, going after somebody for. He got $100,000 bail, so Glendale PD. He's probably still in jail right now.
Yeah, that's $10K to bail out if you pay 10% of it.
Yeah, that's $10K you're not getting back, which a college student realistically doesn't.
Definitely.
The thing with the catches too, there is a very small percentage of people, but there is that percentage of viewers who are like, oh, just do it as Vladimir, make them eat dog food. You guys got to understand, the worst thing you can do to is to get them locked up, because the experience in jail or in prison for is not the same experience as like when you were in county jail.
Yeah,
like the other young tanners when you were in county jail will take care of the in the jail. They will get taken care of in jail. That is the worst possible punishment for making them eat dog food. Humiliating them on camera does absolutely nothing besides entertain.
It doesn't stop them
viewers
from doing it again. Definitely not. Maybe they're just more careful about who they meet up with.
Exactly.
That's it. But yeah, once I go to jail, like those type of people in jail get treated worse than anybody, worse than cops in jail. Like literally, they're the worst type of people in jail. Like you do not want to be a and go to prison. You're gonna get the shit beat out of you all the time.
And like this guy, I mean, when other people see him in jail, what do you think they think he's in there for?
When they find out his charges?
But can you just not tell? Like, does he look like a drug dealer or something? Like, what do you think he's in there for? You know,
for sure.
It just, you know, it's not going to be a good experience for him. It's worse than making him eat a fucking hot chip. That's for sure.
Definitely.
So again, I totally understand where Glendale PD was coming from, but because they wouldn't come out for the catches in person, and we didn't know at the time yet that they would end up arresting the guy, it does optically look better for the video to have the preds arrested on the spot. So we had to find another police department in the LA area that would arrest them on the spot. And, we had already booked the Airbnb for 2 nights, and they wouldn't refund us for the second night, which again is also understandable, but down $1,000 just in the trash like that. But it, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, at least we got one video out of it, so it's not a waste. If we didn't get that video, that would have sucked.
Right.
You know, but we did get one video out of it, so.
Still, it is does sting a little bit.
For sure.
The loss.
Definitely.
But yeah, we called around. We found another police department that will arrest them on the spot. And yeah, that's where we caught the 51-year-old Russian predator, which is absolutely nuts, which I suppose we'll talk more about after we drop the video, because we don't want to spoil the whole thing.
The shit he was sending, talking about, bro.
And he said that, I believe he said he didn't even come out as gay until he moved from Russia, because I mean, in Russia, like that shit, yeah, they don't. So yeah, it's just shocking to see. And normally I love getting Russian people in the videos when like we're doing the pranks. I love interacting with other Russian people. Those are some of my favorite scenes. But for this one specifically, getting a Russian, it's like, it was almost like embarrassing kind of.
Yeah, I feel that.
The one thing I do want to note though from this catch is when the cops did come and they arrested him and all that, same thing. They were just flabbergasted that we were treating them like human beings, that we were treating them with respect, and they literally said, as long as you keep doing it like this, we'll keep coming out.
And they were so cool back to us, like they were being so chill.
The only annoying part is, again, the decoy we were working with doing his live stream, asking them to bark or something.
Toxic ass live stream.
But I mean, they were still super cool. Even being asked to bark or whatever, I guess that's not as bad as what they dealt with in the past.
For sure. I feel like they could tell too that like we weren't the live streamers.
I told them outside too.
You did?
Yeah, I'm like, so part of the agreement right now is we're letting them live stream.
It's like telling him like there's like a dog, like a misbehaved dog. Look, he acts up a little bit. We just have to babysit him.
Yeah, and Alhambra Police Department, if you're watching this, that won't happen again. So
Everything happens for a reason, bro.
the one annoyance you guys had to endure, that will not happen again.
I'm satisfied with the new people we're working with for sure.
Yeah,
so far. We'll see how it goes.
I'll get into that in a sec. But also in Alhambra, remember they asked us the first thing if we were involved in the incident at Target a few weeks ago. We're like, Jesus fucking Christ. These fucking little kid streamers are just everywhere.
I know.
I didn't fully understand what the incident at Target was. What I gathered out of it is somebody was catching a pred, they called the cops, and then they refused to assist them with the investigation after the cameras were off afterwards. You know, they just called them for the video, and then the cops can't really do anything without the evidence.
Yeah.
These people wouldn't like work with them and submit the evidence afterwards. So yeah, it's just fucking unreal that these kids like ruin pranks. It's impossible to do pranks because everybody everywhere assumes that everything is a prank because everybody needs to fucking do pranks, and not even pranks, just like Johnny Somali shit. Just like because of people like Johnny Somali, when we try to do like well thought out pranks, like people just lump us into the same category, you know? So people like that ruin pranks. Now they're in the process of ruining pred catches, but
Hopefully we're here to save it, give it a good name.
we're not gonna fucking let them. We gotta get to all the sick preds before they do. The fucked up part about all of it is that any pred that's caught by one of these bootleg groups will ultimately just end up walking free because of the way they fuck up every possible investigation. And it gives all pred catching groups a bad name, kind of like how people like Johnny Somali give everybody who does pranks a bad name. So just imagine this, like one day Alex Rosen will go to some county to catch a CP trader who wants to meet with a 2-year-old, and the cops will just be like, sorry, can't come out for this because, you know, this other group of little kids that was here did some fuck shit. So, you know, the cops will just lump everybody into the same category, and that's what's just like super annoying about all of it.
And then it just leaves these people on the street to keep on buying their CP and doing weird shit and possibly raping children.
Now, as far as the boxing catches that we were supposed to get, long story short, our decoy ended up fucking us over big time. And as much as it is an interesting story to tell, I mean, as it was happening, my first thought was, this is going to be... At least this is something to talk about on the podcast.
At this point, it's like if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's not even worth talking
But
about.
nobody knows.
Exactly.
Literally, out of our viewers, the only 2 people who asked me about it, Dorofax, Valdemar, my 2 biggest fans who literally were only watching because you linked it, which I was like, are you sure you want to share this?
That was where they came from.
But besides that, nobody knows. Nobody cares. Again, this person is a live streamer. All he wants is more attention. So talking about it, like nobody even knows. So this will just give it more attention. And honestly, I'm not even mad at this person. As a man, you know, I can take accountability. And right now with Alex Rosen's help, we found some brand new decoys who Alex's team is helping to train, and they seem like they're super all about the cause. And, you know, I can't wait to work with them. So that's just what we should have done from the start. Found our own people, had Alex's team train them, but we decided to jump the gun because we just couldn't wait to get started. So we ended up working with this crook just because he's experienced in catching preds already, but all the red flags were there. So it's kind of like wifing up a prostitute and then being mad that she's not wife material. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Especially in my case, because I knew everything about this person. I knew about all the red flags, and I was still like, fuck it, we just need to get started.
Yeah, you were telling me too, and I kept saying like, nah, bro, like it's like let's just try it, see what happens. I honestly thought it was gonna work out good at first, but towards the end, all the red flags just came out of nowhere, like that.
I mean,
was shocked.
The red flags were coming out the first day. I mean, when he's telling us that he would purposely sabotage the catches of his former employer.
Yeah.
Like,
and saying that he's nothing without him and shit like that.
somebody who he was in diapers when Vitaly was already getting millions of views.
Right.
What does that tell you? So yeah, we should have known this is not a good person to get involved with. We just jumped the gun because we wanted to get started sooner, and lesson learned. But now we got the new team of people who I'm super excited to work with going forward. And the only thing that upsets me about all of it is we wanted to have 1 boxing catch for locals for every YouTube catch. That's a bit delayed now. Oh well. Like we said earlier though, for that reason, locals is currently $5 for early access. The price will go up as soon as the first boxing match is on there. So for the level of content that's coming, you know, the $5 price is just an absolute steal.
Yeah, I mean, the absolute bangers that I wish we could post on YouTube are going to be on locals. So
Yeah, like don't get us wrong. We wish we could just put this content out for free.
sure.
If you could post content like this on YouTube, I mean, the ad revenue
yeah.
would probably be better than locals, but it's not possible to post it. it anywhere else. And also, just straight up, support on locals would mean a lot, just because that's ultimately how we're going to fund all of this. Because keep in mind, scaling up catches is not even monetized yet. It's a brand new channel. We don't know if it's going to get monetized realistically. And every time we film the YouTube catches, we're losing a ton of money on the Airbnb. For the boxing catches, we're renting out a whole ass boxing gym.
Not to mention we're sacrificing posting on our main channel, which was our main source of income. So we're like,
well, not our main source of income, but
yeah,
that's a good chunk of our
where
income.
it comes from, like other stuff comes from it.
Right, the time off our actual main sources of income. And for the boxing catches, we're renting out a whole boxing gym every time we do the catches. And even last time, after the shit that went down at the gym with the decoy fucking us over, we had to not only rent out the boxing gym, but pay double just as an apology.
Yeah,
so,
we didn't have to, but it was
it was the right thing to do. So that's money down the drain. And eventually, once this gets going, we want to sign a lease on a house to use as the sting house and put a boxing ring in there, because it would probably be a lot easier once the pred is already in the house.
Two birds,
to
one
get
stone.
them to agree to the boxing match versus meeting them in public and convincing them to walk all the way to the boxing gym. Once they're already in the house, it makes it a lot easier though. But like, for example, the Airbnb we used the second day had a perfect like basement style garage. It's literally like you go down this long flight of stairs to get to like this dungeon looking garage. I mean, that would
completely empty.
Just a shot of them walking down every time would be so perfect to put the boxing ring in there too. But for a place like that, literally for that place, I looked up what the rent is. It's $4,000 a month. So
holy shit.
I mean, that's...
I guess California, yeah.
Yeah, like, what did you expect? I think that's pretty
nice.
good.
It's a nice, but it's small. But it's a nice place.
It's big enough for the boxing ring. We just need a place to put a boxing ring. And ultimately, we could do it in a different state too for that.
Yeah.
If we decide to. But the point is, let's say it's $4,000 a month. Anybody that has ever signed a lease on a place knows first month, last month, security deposit, that's $12,000 up front. Then to put a boxing ring in there, that's between $10,000 to $15,000. Then all the decoys obviously have to get paid. Then right now, we just have the cameras up on the fucking tables and shit. We got to get a cameraman D-Bob out here. How long have we been talking about that?
Long time.
Put him on a full-time salary. So it's a massive cost to fund all of this, and we literally reinvest all of our money into funding our content. I mean, we have been for how many years, but this is just like a next level of doing it.
Yeah, there's creators out there who cry about only getting 3 million views, and there's creators out here who strive to put out the best content even when you're only getting 40K views.
Yeah, and the creators who cry about only getting 3 million views have like no budget besides like a cameraman and an editor.
Exactly.
Oh, an editor. We need an editor too eventually. So fucking leasing a house that's gonna cost more than the actual house, like the spots we live in. Boxing ring in the house, decoys, cameraman, editor, any referee, like, you know, it just piles up. So that's all to say that your support on locals means a lot, and you're not just paying for support. You'll definitely get your value once those boxing matches start happening.
For sure. I would pay to watch that. 100%.
So yeah, scalingupcatches.locals.com. Get in now for early access for $5 a month. Again, as soon as that first boxing match happens, it's going up to 10. And I mean, even that is a steal for this. Like we're actually...
You can't watch this shit on Netflix. Where the fuck else can you watch a legit boxing match with a in a gym? Like, we're gonna edit it all like walkouts, walkout music and shit. Like, come on.
Like, yeah. So like, we're doing it in like an actual, like we're doing it fucking super professionally. It's not
this isn't. It's not like some.
And I mean, let's call you out for a second here. You were okay with just doing it on grass at the park. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, this is way better like this. And yeah, like it's not like something where we're just throwing out extra content just for the support. These are like fully high produced videos that we would love to be on YouTube. They would go super viral, but they can't go on there, so we're gonna post them on local. So it's not like some raw content. This is gonna be like some highly edited.
And right now there is the raw content just to have something out there. But,
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, people want to watch that shit too, and we'll still keep posting that if you guys want to keep seeing that.
Yeah,
for sure.
but the boxing matches are coming, and yeah, get it now for early access. And as you guys know, at the end of every episode, we finish it off by reading all super things, $5 and up. This week we got a total of 1.
Let's go.
That's 100% increase from last time.
Damn.
We're really scaling up
this week.
Yeah. Japcar84 says, yo, Tanner, who are the top 3 people that you want to box right now? Can you trash talk each one of them to call them out?
All right, how about this? I have an idea. So the first 2, pretty obvious at this point. I feel like I've been asked this question before. All right, so the number 1 main person that I think could and should happen is Kenny KO. I mean, I just feel like that would be a good matchup. We're very similar size.
I don't know if it would be a good matchup because, yeah, like I think you were about to say, he calls out 50-year-old men who had heart attacks. So you don't exactly fit the prototype of the type
Right.
of opponent he's looking for.
So should I have like a heart attack first and then call him out?
Well, you
go in bad health and then call him out.
You got to wait 20 years too.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, Kenny KO, I feel like we should make it happen. I mean, I know you like to stream on Kick and you only get like 2 to 4 views. So I have a friend and he actually contacted you. His name is Udi and he's going to be doing some boxing events. He streams it on Kick. I'm sure he gets more than 2 to 4 views. So not only will, you make a little bit of money, whatever, have some fun, but you'll also increase your Kick viewership as well. So I think it's a good offer, bro. And the second opponent would be Mike Van Wyck. I think that's realistic too, but he says whoever comes to Canada can box him.
Oh, so by the way, Mike Van Wyck, I actually subscribe to his Patreon.
Watch the videos.
Yeah.
He talks about us a lot, right?
I don't know why I had a feeling I'm going to find some good shit on there. And he literally has like a 50-minute video talking about us. So do you guys want to see us react to it on the podcast? That's the first question. But also on there, he says that anybody who wants to fight him, spar him, something like that, just pull up to his boxing gym. You can sign waivers, whatever. And he's also like, but I'd rather just have you on a podcast. So first of all, Mike Van Wyck.
We would love to do both.
Yeah, we'd love to do both.
For sure. We would love to do both. But the problem is I cannot come to Canada because of my arrest record. So if you want to make that happen, come to any state in America and I'll meet you there. Whatever you have to do, I'll make it convenient on your time. Whenever you show up, let's plan a place, let's pick a gym, and let's meet up and spar and do a podcast. Great content. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then third opponent, I honestly don't really have anyone specific in mind, but I'm thinking like all of these like fitness influencers that have been blowing up lately, trying to act hard and act tough and like say they can chug a bottle of alcohol and work out and beat anyone's ass. Like,
It sounds like you're talking about Connor Sinan.
people like Connor Sinan.
I like Connor Sinan.
I don't dislike them at all.
I don't dislike Kenny KO either.
No, me neither.
Obviously, this is all
Bro,
just
obviously
to, like,
this
hype
is all
up.
like
Yeah.
this is all hype up shit. Like it's all for fun. I don't dislike any of these people, but I would love to fight any of these people. Any one of these fitness influencers, anybody. I'm 6'4", 210 to 215. So if you're anywhere in that range, anybody, any fitness influencer, anybody who wants to box in Udi's event.
Wait, is Connor Sinan boxing there already?
He is boxing somebody already. I know, or somebody's calling him out. I don't know. But I would totally box Connor Sinan. I don't really know about him that much, but anybody like that. Because he brought up boxing, so he would be a good opponent. Anybody who's down to box. If you're like Togi and like you admit you don't want to box, you can't fight. I'm not coming after guys like that. I want to come after people who say they can fight.
But what about the people in the comments who are like, oh, I'll box you?
like just random people?
Yeah.
I mean, those people, all I got to say is like pull up to the gym where I train at, message me on Instagram, I'll give you the address, and we can spar, we can train there.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like, you'll just box anybody.
Yeah, they can pull up and train. Anybody can pull up. I'm putting my coach on business. They got to pay.
But yeah, one more. Let's name one more.
One more opponent?
Yeah.
I don't have anyone in mind, bro.
The third opponent is going to be a whole group of people, and that's going to be all the fucking
All right,
you got any trash to talk to the
you guys are about to get fucked up. I'm just gonna like have fun with that. Peace them up. Have a good night.
So yeah, you could see all of that on Locals coming up. Again, only $5 right now for early access, which it won't be for long because we are getting started. Bro, your fucking ringtone every fucking time. I have PTSD from that fucking ringtone.
I got shit to do. That's what it's telling me.
When we stayed in the same room too for the Wes Watson video, holy shit, hearing that.
Oh, yeah?
Bro, I have PTSD. Do you purposely have like the most annoying ringtone?
I just don't change it. It's just what it sets to. I set alarms for reminders for stuff that I have to do. Do you do that?
Sometimes.
Just small things.
If I need to get shit done, I'll put it in notes because I'm always checking my notes and then like,
Yeah.
so I don't need a reminder. But the point is, $5 a month right now on Locals for early access. It'll never be that price again because there are going to be boxing matches very, very soon. We are all in on this. I'm super excited to work with this new team of decoys. I was already, even with the dipshits we were briefly working with, I had a lot of fun. So I can only imagine now with our people who are actually about the cause.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait. And with that said, we're out of here.